Hello, and welcome again to the Planetarium. Last time we were here, we talked about the snake constellations. There are 3 snake constellations, and we ended up here on Ophiuchus. And I said that we would talk again about more snake things, and here we are. We're going to move on to some of the venomous snakes that you can see around here in Brazoria County, just so you know what to look for and which snakes are in fact dangerous. But before we get to that, I want to talk about a certain word we use here in talking about snakes, which is the word venomous. And a lot of people think about dangerous snakes, they use the word poisonous. And that's a bit of a misnomer, because for something to be poisonous, that's something that you actually take in yourself, you swallow it. There are a number of chemicals that are poisonous if you, in fact, eat them, swallow them, drink them. But snakes are not necessarily poisonous, they are in fact venomous, which means that they bite you and they inject something directly into your bloodstream without you needing to drink it or swallow it. So it's going directly into the bloodstream. That means it is venomous. And we have 4 main types of venomous snakes in North America and in Brazoria County. And the first main type is the rattlesnake. I know it's maybe a little bit hard to see here, but we've got 2 different rattlesnakes behind me. The one over here is the western diamondback rattlesnake, and the one on the other side is the timber rattlesnake. And the western diamondback rattlesnake has this name because it's got these diamond-shaped patterns there along its back. And these are the 2 species of rattlesnakes that you're most likely to see and encounter in Brazoria County. A lot of times you can find rattlesnakes in the dunes near the beaches. They like any kind of arid, grassy or sandy places. The timber rattlesnake likes to be living in the woodlands. So be sure that when you're going out into the outdoors, you're careful with where you're walking and make sure you stay to paths and things like that, because rattlesnakes, as you can see from this slide, they camouflage very well with their surroundings. So these are 2 rattlesnakes that we have. These rattlesnakes are a type of venomous snake that we call vipers. All right, and most of the venomous snakes that we have around here are vipers. Another pair of vipers that we have, they're very well known around here, are the Copperhead and the Cottonmouth. Now these snakes, I like to say, are basically the same exact snake, but with a different coat of paint on. They're virtually indistinguishable genetically and from the shape of their bones and their heads and their bodies. The only thing that's different between them is their coloration. They're so closely related to each other, they're what we call sister species. And the Copperhead, very fittingly called the Copperhead because it has this vibrant copper coloring, these bands that run down its back, light and dark copper tones. And the Cottonmouth, or water moccasin, the same thing, is called a cottonmouth because of that bright white mouth you can see right here, wide open. And it uses this bright white mouth to scare anybody who might be potentially bothering it. Right? A warning saying, "Don't mess with me. I could be dangerous to you if you mess with me too much." Right? These are 2 snakes. They're very similar to each other. They are both fairly good swimmers. The water moccasin, the cottonmouth, gets a little bit more press for being a good swimmer, but copperheads can swim too when they have to. And these are vipers. So we've seen rattlesnakes, copperheads, and cottonmouths. Now the last type of venomous snake that we have here is not a viper. It's in fact not closely related to them at all. This is the coral snake. And coral snakes are very striking. they have this beautiful color pattern of red and yellow and black that signals to you and to any other animals who are in the territory of the coral snake that it could be potentially dangerous and not to mess with it. Bright colors in animals are oftentimes, especially in reptiles and amphibians, they're oftentimes signals that this is something very dangerous. And I told you that this is not a viper. This is not related to the rattlesnake and the copperhead and the cottonmouth at all. This is an elapid snake, which means that it is very closely related to one of the most famous venomous snakes of all time, the king cobra. All right, so cobras and coral snakes are very closely related, and this is the kind of snake that has a different kind of venom. All right, vipers, they bite you, and the venom works and attacks your blood, which can be very dangerous. Coral snakes and other elapids, right, they attack you, they bite you, and they inject what's called a neurotoxin. And that means that they're going to work against your nervous system, which can be even more dangerous. So if you see and are encountering any of these types of snakes around here, because they are fairly prevalent in our area, you just have to be careful not to get too close to them. Be very, very cautious and leave them alone. If you do get bitten, then of course seek medical help as quickly as you possibly can. And we have more snakes to talk about. That's going to be in an upcoming video, and we'll talk to you some about the many, many, many types of totally harmless snakes that are around here. Of all the types of snakes here, we only talked about 4 different types of dangerous snakes. We're going to talk about all kinds of snakes that are perfectly harmless, and you shouldn't need to worry about it all, and teach you how to distinguish between the ones that are dangerous, like the ones we've just seen, and the ones that are not dangerous at all.